at it. I was like, how do I make this record? Anyway, hi, it's been a minute. I have not had time to chat with you. I have gone on a few dates and I can't wait to update you on the other dates that I went on with those crazy people. So, today I want to, sorry, my dog wants to be seen. Say hi, Rossi. Oh, you need a haircut. Anyway, so first I'll update you on the last few dates, right? First, you know, the guy that was going a little crazy and trying to be my man after the first date, the love bomber, literally called me 14 times at 6 a.m. the next day and then started texting me again from crazy numbers. I got rid of him though, finally. I kept blocking the numbers over and over and over again, so I think he's gone, I hope. Michael, I wasn't supposed to say names, but I wrote that in my notes. Anyway, the one that bought me the really expensive perfume, fucking the freak. I shouldn't have said names. Anyway, he sent me $1 on Cash App and said, I miss you. How do you go from buying me $400 perfume to $1? If you miss me, pay my car note. And then let's see. Oh yeah, and then the guy that took me to the comedy show that just like never fucking called me, like he still never fucking called me. He must not have ate the spaghetti because what the fuck. Anyway, time for a new chapter. I'm going to tell you about the last date that I went on, and then in another date that I have coming up, and I'm really excited about that because I actually haven't been dating lately. I got, like I told you, I got off all the dating sites and stuff. So, be right back. Okay, so this one is fucking funny. Okay, you know all those memes that you see on like Facebook that say like, I'm at the age where I can date you or your daddy. Well, so I was talking to this guy and I vetted him for actually a few months, right? I need to talk to you about vetting, but I vetted him a few months to make sure that I'm not going to waste my time because look, I'm lazy. I don't like to get up and rude, go do things. Like I want to make sure that I'm not wasting my gas to get there or our time, you know? So anyway, he seemed like a winner. He's a good guy, you know? So anyway, he came and he picked me up and he planned a great day. So the first thing was he didn't even get out of the car whenever he got here. You know, he did come and pick me up. I was a little late, but this is his fault because I told him I was getting my nails done and that I would meet him back at the house at a certain time and he was rushing. That's not my fault. You know, I'm at a nail appointment. I can't predict what time this is done. So anyway, I was like 15 minutes late. He's fine. And so then we went to Maggiano's and he didn't open the door whenever I walked outside. Rude. But, you know, not that big of a deal. Thumbs down, actually. And then we went to Maggiano's, which was a fine. I don't want to get too crazy, but like he didn't drink, which is good. I don't drink either, so that worked out well. He didn't really like want to order appetizers or anything, which I don't eat a lot anyway, so I wasn't going to order an appetizer, but I think that it just comes off weird if you're like, okay, what, hurry up, let's eat. So anyway, we both ordered, we ate, we had good conversation. He seemed a little judgmental, but that's okay because I am too, obviously. And then afterwards we went to the chocolate bar for dessert. Okay, so let me rewind all this. His car is really fucking nice. Like, this shit massaged me as we were driving. It talks to you when you get in the car. It will move your chair however you say you want it to move. That's pretty fucking cool. He loves cars. So I felt like he wanted to be on a date with his car. So anyway, fast forward again. We go to this chocolate bar. That was fine. We got a big piece of cake. We ate some of it. And then he's like, oh gosh, it's been so long since I had this date. I forgot all the cool stuff to tell you. So then we were talking, and I was like, well, I really want to get a house, like, you know, like in the woodlands, or like spring, because it's like a mini woodland. So he's like, okay, well, look, let's go look at houses. I'm like, why are you going to get it for me? Like, okay, fine, whatever. I don't have anything else to do today. So we start looking at houses, and we're going to the ones that, like, you can go into yourself, like, make sure that you, like, you know, when you set it up, what's it called on HAR or HAR or whatever, and you can get the code to go into the houses. Well, we didn't actually go into any of them. He just kept acting like we were gonna. Like, he would set them up, and we'd drive into the neighborhood, go to the house, and I'm like, well, let's go look at the window. Let's do this. Side note, I'm not looking for a fucking house right this minute. So, like, I'm like, this is, I guess, cool. Like, you just want to spend time with me. He also mentioned that he really likes real estate. And then he's like, oh, you know what? We found ourselves over in my neighborhood. We're right by my house. We should stop by my house. I'm like, oh God, I'm getting kidnapped. Why did you seem like such a great guy? Like, what is happening? But I've been talking to him for a few months, like FaceTime calls, everything. So, and he's like a bigwig at his company. Also, while we're driving there, it's like, by the way, my name's not really this, it's that. I was like, so who the fuck are you? And by the way, that's not my number. This is my number. I'm like, so I'm getting kidnapped. Am I coming home? So, anyway, we stopped by his fucking mansion. Fucking mansion. Enormous ass house with like computers. It looked like little iPhones on each wall. Like, you know where the outlet, like where this light switch is, like right next to it? You can like FaceTime the next fucking room. You can call upstairs or peek at the cameras on this. You can turn on the speaker, or you can put music on in any room you want. So at this point, he really just wants to show off his shit. That's cool. I'm for it. I'm cool. This is fun. He's like, I have a movie theater upstairs. We can make our own popcorn. Come look at this. I just built this in the guest room, and you know, and I feel safe. Honestly, I don't feel like he's weird. He's not weird and creepy. He is just very single, and he's been very single for a very long time. And so then he's like, do you have to be anywhere by a certain time? I was like, well, I have to feed the dogs. It's getting late. It's like 6 o'clock. Our date started at 1, I think, like 12 or 1, something like that. And I have to feed the dogs. Like, he's like, oh, well, I'll take you. I have to go get dog food too. He's like, I'll take you to HEB. We'll get the dog food. And then we can go feed the dogs, and then we can come back and watch a movie. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, when I get there, like, I'm just going to tell him I'm tired. So we went to HEB. We had fun. I mean, he's nice. He's a gentleman. So I'm telling you, it sounds like creepy, but it's not. He wasn't creepy. And so then we went, and then I come home and I feed the dogs. And he's like, hey, I'm waiting outside. Like, why are you taking so long? I was like, oh, well, I mean, I could drive there myself. Because I'm like, I don't want to be trapped at this fool's house at whatever time it is. Like, it's already 7, so I don't want to do that. He's like, no, you are a lady. You shouldn't drive. I'm waiting outside. Like, don't, however long it takes. He says that. And then I'm like, okay, fine. Like, I'm bringing makeup remover. I'm taking my face off. I'm putting sweat fucking pants on. Like, I'm not going to be cute all for the rest of the night, because if you just want to watch a movie and make some damn popcorn, then we can do that. So I get back in the car, and he's like, that took so long. What were you doing? Bitch, you just said, first of all, I told you I would drive myself. You didn't have to wait on me. But I'm on my best behavior. I was like, oh, well, yeah, no, I told you I had to do this, and that. And he's like, oh, yeah, it's not a problem. So then we go back to his house, and he's like, I'm kind of hungry. I was like, yeah, me too. So we went by and picked up some food and brought it back home. And then we go to the movie room, which is upstairs. We go up to upstairs where, like, the movie room is. And we don't go to the theater. We go to the living room. And he's like, well, let's just watch a movie in here. Why won't we watch it in the theater? The only reason I'm here is so we can watch a movie in the movie theater. And he's like, well, it's just easier out here, and it's going to be more comfortable, plus we can sit closer. Okay. And then he's like, I was like, well, let's make popcorn. You said we can make popcorn. Oh yeah, it's just a hassle to put the whole popcorn maker out because it's like a whole machine. Why the fuck am I here? No. Let me out of here. I want to go home now. So then we're chatting and we find a movie. What movie was it? It was kind of good. I don't know. I'll tell you later. But we watch the movie and he falls asleep and I'm sitting here like, this motherfucker better wake his ass up. Take me home. I don't want to be here. I want to go home. God, I don't care how fucking rich you are. I don't care how you didn't try to touch me or kiss me or anything. Like, I want to be home. So then I kept waking him up, like, don't fall asleep. Like, you need to be up. Like, I have to go home still. He's like, yeah, no problem. I'm sitting here thinking, okay, well, I could just Uber home. Like, it is like 45 minutes from my house, but I could just Uber home if I need to. So the movie ends and I'm like, hey, I'm tired. I want to go home. He's like, okay, yeah, no problem. Then he starts putting on different freaking comedy shows. I said I want to go home, like, now. Like, right this minute. So he's like, okay, yeah, no problem. We'll go home then. Okay, so he drives me home. And then I was like, okay, well, get out and give me a hug. He's like, oh, no, just hug me here. No. Get out of the fucking car like a gentleman, you lazy ass. Okay, yeah. I'm like, okay, give me a hug, get out. Oh, no, just here, right here. No. I wasted my entire day doing everything you wanted to do. Get out and give me a fucking hug. He's like, I was like, and just got out of the car. I know I sound like a little bitch, and guess what I am? I don't care. So I got out of the car. I didn't even fucking look at his stupid ass. And I went inside my house, and I had a great night by myself. Like, it's already midnight damn near by now. And, ew. Like, don't be fake Prince Charming. So, he didn't text me at fucking all the next day, which I'm not surprised because I'm not great. I am great. But I wasn't, like, just like, I think he expected me to fall at his feet because he's rich. I don't care if you're rich or you a good man. I don't care about your money if you're not giving it to me. Your money isn't my money, so I don't care. So I don't care if you're rich or if you have TVs on your outlets. Like, that doesn't matter to me. It's not mine. So he texted me the next day and he was like, it just sounded like an inside joke that he said. And I was like, oh, LOL, yeah. Hope you're having a good day. Like, I wasn't rude or anything like that. And then he texted me a couple days later about a protein bar that I gave him. He said it was really great. They are really good, by the way. So this is the funny part. So I'm telling my mom about this date. And I'm like, well, he was really sweet. Like, you know, he is well off. He is a gentleman. Like, he seems like a gentleman. For the most part, he could use some training. Like, he definitely hasn't been with a woman, not a woman like me, in a long time. Not one that expects more. And she's like, oh yeah, let's see his picture. I showed her his picture because I kept looking at this man the whole time on this date. I was like, he looks so fucking familiar. Maybe I've just seen him on a dating app before. My mama was like, what's his name? Y'all. She's like, oh my God. I went on a date with him 12 years ago. This motherfucker been single for 12 fucking years. But she's like, 12 years ago, she's like, nothing ever came of it. Like, I went on one date with him. I remember getting grossed out by him because he called me a few nights later and was like kind of drunk or something. But she's like, no. He was so weird. She's like, I went on one date with him and then he came and like hooked up something in my car for me. He's very techie, you know? He came and like hooked up something in my car for me once and like I just never talked to him again because he was just like, there's just something about him. I'm like, I know. There's just something weird about him. So my mother is 20 years older than I am. Yeah. So my mom, is 20 years older than I am. So I'm 34. She's 54. This man is 48. Right in between us, okay? Right in between the ages. She had basically the same experience that I had. She's like, I remember that he wanted to show off his house and talk to me about cars and blah, 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 blah. Yep, same man. So anyway, I don't think I'll be... Also, he definitely thinks he's the prize with minimum effort. He does not he opened the door to like the he did after I made a comment, he did start opening my doors. But he just I don't know, like when I say no home training, he did have home training. He wasn't trained by a woman. Like, I know you read the directions and you know you're supposed to do this, but it's not genuine. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, I was over dating after that. After that, I was like, yeah, I'm just over this because, like, I thought you were going to be a good one. No. Yuck. Anyway, I have more to tell you. Stay tuned. Be back.